Hey, how's it going, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in today's video, I want to highlight the brand new Humble Monthly, and I also want to go over the rest of the unlocks for November's monthly, as I know a lot of you guys checked that out because November was quite possibly the most insane Humble Monthly of all time. And I thought the rest of the unlocks were going to be a little bit lackluster, given that we were getting Spyro, Call of Duty, and Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I was like, man, the rest of the unlocks aren't going to be that good. I was wrong about that. The rest of the unlocks turned out to be pretty freaking good. So we'll go over that at the end. But first, let's take a look at the new monthly, which following up from last month's early unlocks, this is almost as good. I wouldn't say it's quite as good, but it's pretty freaking good. You're going to get 3 awesome games once again, and I can say that all of these games are really good. So highlighting all of this would definitely be SoulCalibur 6. Yes, you are going to get the fighting game as a part of your early unlock. SoulCalibur 6 is really good. It's quite possibly my favorite fighting game this generation. Now, fighting games do have an inherent disadvantage on PC where they don't have as active as a player base, and SoulCalibur 6 kind of does have that issue. The thing about SoulCalibur 6, however, is it does have a strong single-player component as well, so from that standpoint, it's a good offering. If you're gonna give us any fighting game, SoulCalibur 6 is one of the better ones to offer, and also, it is a really, really good game from a technical fighting game standpoint, from all the customization options that are available. SoulCalibur 6 is just a great game, and even when it went on sale at this point, it would still be around, what, $15 to $20? So to have it as a part of Humble Monthly is fantastic. Also, outside of that, you'll be getting My Time at Portia. That is a fantastic game as well, one of the best received PC games. I haven't spent enough time with this, and I'll be honest, it isn't exactly up my alley, but I did play a little bit of it, and I can understand why people really like it. The game has you start a new life in the enchanting town of Portia. Restore your pa's neglected workshop to its former glory by fulfilling commissions, growing crops, raising animals, and befriending the quirky inhabitants of a charming post-apocalyptic land. And yes, it is post-apocalyptic, but unlike a Fallout or anything like that, the game is incredibly charming and bubbly in presentation. It's very colorful. Aesthetically, I find it very pleasing. Not to say that Fallout isn't aesthetically pleasing, but it's just a different style for a post-apocalyptic title. And again, a great game with a lot of longevity in its gameplay. This is a relatively recent release as well. It came out of early access earlier this year, back in January of this year. So to get it as a part of the Humble Monthly early unlock, yeah, that is fantastic. And even when this goes on sale, it still goes for a hefty price point. I know this is going to be the kind of game that isn't up all of your guys' alley, however, I do think it's a nice addition as one of the Humble Monthly early unlock titles for December. And lastly, we have one of my favorite franchises in recent years, and that is Yakuza. Yakuza Kiwami is the last early unlock, so that is fantastic. You are getting 3 very distinct games, and Yakuza Kiwami, of course, is a remake of Yakuza 1. Humble Monthly offered Yakuza 0 before, so offering Yakuza 1, or Yakuza Kiwami rather, is a great idea. Now, I would recommend you guys to play these games chronologically. I would start off with Yakuza 0, especially if you're getting into the franchise. If you have Yakuza 0, starting off with that game is really good because it's also a more recent release. Yakuza Kiwami, at the end of the day, while it is, you know, an updated version of Yakuza 1, it is still Yakuza 1. It's a great game. It's a fantastic game with a ton of content, great story, and that's really the standout of all of the Yakuza titles. You can say that they all have really engaging stories. They're very character-driven, and the characters are very compelling as well. If you've yet to play the Yakuza titles, I would highly recommend you to do so. Yakuza 0 was fantastic. Yakuza Kiwami is great. Yakuza Kiwami 2 is on Steam as well, and hopefully Humble will offer that at some point as well. So good stuff all around as far as the early unlocks go. Remember that all 3 of these games offer you Steam keys, so you buy this for $12 using my link in the description box. I get a little bit of a kickback, and you'll get Steam keys for all of these games. Also, not only that, remember that they have not moved to the Humble Choice program yet, so this is still $12 a month, and if you want to lock into the Humble Classic program, you will have to buy this. It's unfortunate where Humble Monthly is going. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt given that the value has been so insane. And $12 for Yakuza Kiwami, SoulCalibur 6, and My Time at Portia, along with the rest of the unlocks coming on the first Friday of December, which is December 6th. The value is just ridiculous, and I would highly recommend you guys to take advantage of that if you are interested in some of those games. At the end of the day, if you're just interested in one of those 3 games, getting them for $12 beats the value of waiting for them to go on sale on Steam. Yakuza Kiwami, I don't believe, has been on sale cheaper than than $12. SoulCalibur 6 hasn't, and my time at Portia hasn't either, so that is phenomenal value if you look at it that way. Alright, lastly, I do want to go over the rest of the unlocks for this month's bundle with Spyro, Crash, and Call of Duty World War II as the early unlocks. The rest of the unlocks turned out to be quite good, pretty timely as well. First up, we have Shenmue 1 and 2. Shenmue 1 and 2 is very relevant right now to offer because Shenmue 3 is coming out later this month. Unfortunately, it is going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive, but Shenmue 1 and 2, those are games I highly recommend you play if you are looking forward to Shenmue 3. The Shenmue titles in general are just very story-driven, and if you're going into Shenmue 3 without playing Shenmue 1 and 2, you're gonna be a little bit lost, even if they have recap videos, which I'm sure they will. At the end of the day, playing a relatively lengthy game versus watching a recap video that's probably gonna span, what, 10-15 minutes at most, you're only getting so much out of the story. And Shenmue 1 and 2, while they are relatively dated, I mean, these games came out back in the late 90s and early 2000s, the story is still compelling enough where I find it easy enough to get through. And if you are interested in Shenmue 3 and you don't want to play Shenmue 1 and 2 for whatever reason, at the very least, watch a playthrough on YouTube and get an idea of the story. That would be the best thing possible. Also, you're getting 1111 Memories Retold. Don't know much about this title, but it's touted as an emotional narrative adventure telling the stories of two soldiers on both sides of the front during World War I. It is brought to life through a unique painterly style, while the combined voice acting talent of Elijah Wood and Sebastian Caucus, Harry and Kurt, and an orchestral score from composer Oliver Derviri guide players through moments of both peace and despair. Looks like a pretty interesting game. Got a 73 on Metacritic, very positive reception on Steam, so hey, another interesting title. You've also got Synthetic. Synthetic is touted to be an unforgiving shooter roguelite in a world overrun by machines. Battle from floor to floor, defeat relentless robotic forces, experience the next level in gunplay, and shape your own experience by experimenting with powerful items and modifiers. Can you defeat the heart of the Armageddon? Very positive reception on this one as well. And lastly, as far as the Steam offerings for the bundle, you've got Evergarden. Evergarden has you transform your garden by combining plants into strange new forms and unearth deeply hidden secrets as you become engrossed in the game's calming rhythm, wander into the forest, and help bring it back to life with the help of your Fen, your creature guide. Evergarden may feel familiar at first, but you will discover it is like no game you have played before. Hardcore Gamer gave it a 4.5 out of 5 and a positive reception on Steam as well. And lastly, there is another game, my apologies on that. We have the Humble Original and Operator. Humble Originals are exclusive games developed specifically for Humble monthly subscribers. These are game ideas that are a little risky, a little experimental, and a lot of fun. We allow developers to explore their favorite ideas and turn them into unique Humble Originals so that you can indulge yourself in a unique treat. Operator itself is a cross-media investigative command line corporate espionage hacking game. Crack open your notepad, embrace terminal tunneling and social engineering, and follow the clues down a rabbit hole of conspiracies. Again, I am unaware of that title, but that is another Humble Original rounding out the lineup. Would say November monthly was a huge home run. Again, if you're just dropping the $12 for just Spyro Reignited Trilogy, it would have been a good deal. But to get Crash, Call of Duty World War II, Shenmue 1 and 2, 1111 Memories Retold, Synthetic, Evergarden, and Operator to round things out, the value in that was just ridiculous. And heading into December, the early unlocks, Yakuza Kiwami, SoulCalibur 6, My Time at Portia, $12 for those 3 games is phenomenal, and the rest of the games will be unlocked on December 6th, the first Friday of December. Great value here. Again, if you look at it from a value standpoint, SoulCalibur 6, never under $12. Yakuza Kiwami, never under $12. My Time at Portia, never under $12. All 3 of those for $12, and you get more games on the first Friday of December. It's a great value. Wouldn't say it's quite as good as last month's early unlocks, Spyro, Crash, Call of Duty World War II. That's just on another level, but this is a great follow-up, and hopefully Humble Monthly can continue this trend, especially if we do move into Humble Choice and the price is going to go up a little bit. The quality has to be kept at this level. That's going to conclude this video. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can obviously leave that in the comments as well. And if you're interested in Humble Monthly, use my link. I'll get a little bit of a kickback, and that's going to conclude this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.